Minty Ross. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was an African-American abolitionist, freedom fighter, and formerly enslaved woman who escaped slavery and later, risking her life multiple times to guide more than 70 enslaved people to freedom through the Underground Railroad. She was known for her courage, strategic planning, and determination. During the Civil War, she also served as a spy, scout, nurse, and even led a military raid for the Union Army. Sid undermined the institution of slavery by rescuing many of enslaved people and helping hundreds more through planning and networks. She weakened slaveholders' control and inspired resistance against slavery across the South. She gave the abolition movement a powerful symbol. Her bravery became a rallying point for abolitionists, proving that enslaved people were willing and capable of fighting for their freedom. Key role in Union military success. As a spy and scout, she gathered intelligence behind Confederate lines. Most famously, she helped lead the Combahee River Raid, 1863, freeing over 700 enslaved people, one of the largest mass liberations of the war. Shifted public opinion. Her story increased Northern support for the Union cause, being tied to ending slavery, not just preserving the Union. Long-term impact on America. Tubman became a national symbol of courage, equality, and human rights. Her work laid early foundations for the civil rights struggles that followed. Battle of Gettysburg. The Battle of Gettysburg was a major Civil War battle fought in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania between the Union Army, led by General George G. Meade, and the Confederate Army, led by General Robert E. Lee. It was the largest and bloodiest battle of the war, with over 50,000 casualties. The battle ended in a Union victory and stopped Lee's invasion of the North. Sid. Turning point of the Civil War. Gettysburg ended General Lee's attempt to win a major victory on Union soil, which could have pressured the North to negotiate peace or encouraged foreign countries to support the Confederacy. Massive Confederate losses. Lee's army never fully recovered from the casualties, weakening the South for the rest of the war. Boosted Northern morale. After earlier Union defeats, Gettysburg restored confidence and strengthened the belief that the North could win. Led to the Gettysburg Address. Months later, Lincoln delivered a speech at the battlefield cemetery that redefined the war as a fight for freedom, equality, and a united nation. Slowed Confederate momentum. The defeat forced the South onto a more defensive strategy, while the Union gained the initiative. The American Civil War 1861–1865. The American Civil War stands as one of the most defining moments in United States history, fundamentally transforming the nation and ending the institution of slavery. This devastating conflict between the North and South reshaped American society, politics, and economics for generations to come. Causes of the Civil War. The primary cause of the American Civil War was the deep national division over slavery too. The conflict centered on whether slavery should expand into new territories as the United States grew westward. The North increasingly opposed slavery on moral and economic grounds, while the South's economy and social structure depended heavily on enslaved labor for cotton production. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 served as the immediate trigger for war. Lincoln represented the Republican Party, which opposed the expansion of slavery into new territories. Southern states viewed his election as a direct threat to their way of life, leading 11 states to secede from the Union and form the Confederate States of America. The war begins. The Civil War officially began on April 12, 1861, when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina. This aggressive action prompted President Lincoln to call for 75,000 volunteers to suppress the rebellion, which in turn caused 4 additional Southern states to join the Confederacy. The conflict quickly escalated from what many believed would be a brief dispute into a prolonged and bloody war that would last 4 years and claim over 600,000 lives. Major battles and turning points. Several key battles shaped the course of the war and demonstrated the strategic importance of military victories. Gettysburg, July 1, 1863. The Battle of Gettysburg marked a crucial turning point when Union forces defeated Confederate General Robert E. Lee's invasion of Pennsylvania. This victory, combined with the Union capture of Vicksburg, Mississippi, shifted momentum decisively toward the North. Vicksburg Campaign, 1863. The siege and capture of Vicksburg gave the Union control of the Mississippi River, effectively splitting the Confederacy in half and cutting off vital supply lines. 4. Antietam, September, 1862. This battle provided Lincoln with the political victory needed to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, transforming the war's purpose from merely preserving the Union to also ending slavery. 5. Total War Strategy. By 1864, Union General William Tecumseh Sherman implemented a total war strategy, targeting not only Confederate armies but also the South's infrastructure, economy, and civilian morale. 3. His famous March to the Sea through Georgia demonstrated this approach, destroying railroads, factories, and plantations to cripple the Confederate war effort. 4. Consequences and Legacy. The Civil War's conclusion in April 1865 brought profound and lasting changes to American society. Abolition of slavery. The 13th Amendment to the Constitution permanently abolished slavery throughout the United States, fulfilling the war's moral purpose and freeing nearly 4 million enslaved people. 2. Economic transformation. The war devastated the South's economy while accelerating Northern industrialization. The plantation system collapsed, requiring the South to rebuild its entire economic structure. 5. Political reconstruction. The federal government faced the enormous challenge of reconstructing the Union and integrating freed slaves into American society as full citizens, a process that would prove difficult and contentious for decades. 4. Human cost. The war resulted in approximately 620,000 deaths, making it the deadliest conflict in American history. Entire communities were devastated, and the psychological trauma affected generations of Americans. 3. The American Civil War fundamentally redefined the United States, establishing federal authority over states' rights and creating a more unified nation committed to the principle that all people deserve freedom and equality under the law. A brief overview of the American Civil War. American Battlefield Trust. www.battlefields.org/learn/articles/brief-overview-American-Civil-War. Causes and